we have the courage to navigate along the political murky waters. This is our time. We are youthful. We have the intelligence of an old man, and we have the charisma of that leader that is required that our country needs to take our country forward. And I think looking at the things that are happening in our country, all those leaders who are in character, the best of them is William Samuel Ruto. All those leaders who came from Kano, who dominated during Kano regime, the best of them is William Samuel Ruto. So when William Samuel Ruto completes his term of 10 years by 2032, all those people who are in Kano, can also can name them, all of them, they should all retire and go home, so that we can usher in a crop of leaders who dominated during Kibaki and Uhuru Kenyatta. And so that we can try to now give our country a new dimension of our political leadership. So all those who like can also Msoka, Raila Odinga, all of them, once William Ruto completes his 10-year term in 2032, they should all not bother us. They should just all back and leave.
Yes. Because the president supported you so much, even during your campaigns as Bungoma governor. The president used to support you a lot. What do you think it's his take on regards to now what the Bungoma leaders are doing? Most of them have abandoned you. What do you think is the president's take?
I think there is no leader in Bungoma who has abandoned. The English definition of the word abandon, it means somebody who was supporting you and they temporarily have their support for you. For your information, those leaders whom you are saying they have abandoned me, they never supported me. You should go and check the records. Yeah. Of course, some will say that I've never reached out to them, but I have my own campaign strategy. What I am doing now is popularizing myself. You know, taking myself to the people so that people can see me, people can know me, they know my behavior, can begin to scrutinize me, can begin to evaluate my capabilities. Then later on, after I have now developed or come up with a clear blueprint on what I will do for the people of Congo, I can now look around and say, whom among these people can assist me in marketing the idea that I have across the country, across the county of Congo? Then I can now begin to look for potential allies. I can now begin to look for example, we have now the teachers, we have Kupet and the KNUT. If I tell the KNUT and Kupet to support me as their governor candidate, based on what? Based on what? But sometime next year, when it will be ripe for the candidates to spell out their manifesto, that is when we will approach the organized professional groupings, the KNG, the teachers, the business community, to tell them that we are governor, because this is what we are going to do for them. But now, my manifestos are in the kitchen. They are being cooked. I go to the kitchen where the manifestos are being cooked every week to test, and I can tell the people of Bungoma from the look of things, the salt is sufficient. Yeah, the soup is very nice. I am confident that my manifesto sometime next year, when we will launch them, there will be a killer punch. My manifesto will drive the last nail on political coffin of my political opponents.
Mheshimiwa, I asked you a question to remind you about George Natembeya.
Very good question. You cannot compare all the current crop of leaders with the Masinde Muliro, because the syllabus is completely different. The current leaders, including the one you've mentioned, like myself, like very many leaders of today, we somehow now we have a say in terms of what development the government should initiate in our province. The governors who are here, they have been given a blank check in the resources to run their counties with the autonomy that comes from our constitution. Masinde Muliro was fighting for political space. There was no devolution at that time. You get the point? There was no devolution at that time. There were no bursaries that he was giving. There were no schools he was building at that time. You know, he was an opposition figure. His role was to fight for repeal of Section 2A so that we can have multi-party democracy. And because the syllabus was different from the syllabus of the current leaders, you cannot compare the two. You can't. It's like if you want to compare between Paul Tergat and Musa Otieno, who plays football, or Congestina Achebe, the boxer. You can't compare the three because their lines are completely different, right? And for your information, the people who have always been campaigning on the flip side of Masinde Muliro, Wamar Watijana, I don't know, this and that. That slogan, it doesn't hold water nowadays. Because those who are four leaders, they played their role, they exited the political stage, and we have a whole generation who doesn't know them. For your information, I am 40 years of age. I've only seen Masinde Muliro, the pictures. I never saw him. At least I saw Amara Kijana when he was vice president. By then I was first year at the university. And I believe I have, my sister was born 1994. She's married with about, she was born 1991. She's married with about 3 children. Her firstborn son is in grade 8. She doesn't know about it now. Because from 1991 to date, she's more than 30 years. Yeah? So we can't really compare our current leaders with those ones of our forefathers, because they both operated within a completely different political space. Yeah? But all these political players are to the benefit of our region. We are not equal. We have some who are erratic. We have some who are calm. Yeah, we have some who are by their own nature, they are a bit diplomatic. They bombard issues with decorum. We have others who do things without a formula, who say what they want to say. That is not a weakness. It's a strength that our region should cash in. And I think as we progress, the politics of our country, of our region will just take shape. Yeah, some will falter, some will disappear. But from where I sit, I think in 2027, thereabout, we may experience a devote our Intimama Amudi Awori moment, where when you are watching TV, when the results are streaming in, you see breaking news. Long-serving Cabinet Secretary Nicholas Biwott has lost his seat. The Vice President Mudi Awori has lost his seat. Vice President Musalia Mudavadi has lost his seat. I think 2027 might be the year where some people have dominated the political space for one too long, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years. I think they may be retired. The possibility of them being retired in politics by the voters, I can say that possibility stands around 70%. I think I've answered your question.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much, Mahesh, for your time.
We have time, you can proceed.
Or we can proceed.
You can keep
Maybe one last question.
Yeah.
If your brother Mutembea proceeds to the presidential candidate, are you in a position to support him? Don't listen.
Like I said before, I am a Democrat. I have a very open-minded person. I don't support people because they are my tribesmen. I don't support an individual because he's my brother, or my sister, or my wife, or whatever. Whatever that will persuade me to support an individual is not how that individual looks like. It's not where that individual comes from. It's not about the tribe of that person, the professional background. But I will be persuaded by an agenda, by a philosophy, by a track record, and if I will be persuaded by him in terms of what he will offer for our country, why not?
Mahesh, I have a question about our current governor, Governor Kenneth Lusaka. What do you think about him? As in, people have been complaining, a lot of the people of Bungoma, that the governor is very corrupt. That our governor is not doing his work accordingly. What can you say about that? Now that you are going to be the governor of Bungoma coming 2027, if the people of Bungoma now.
Number one, Ken Lusaka is the current governor for Bungoma.
Yes.
I, Didmus Barasa, I'm currently rebranding myself. I'm currently resetting myself to factory settings, but of course with the eyes set on running for the governor of Bungoma. I've made enemies before because of defending some people. Part of my rebranding is to make fences with the people that I have bruised in one way or the other, so that I can persuade them that I'll be the best governor for Bungoma. I am not willing to also speak against the people that I'm persuading to support me. It is not my business to oversight the current governor of Bungoma. That is the business of the members of the county assembly of Bungoma. That is the role of one individual called Nyongesa, who is the current leader of majority in the county assembly of Bungoma. I have no business of doing monitoring and evaluation for public consumption about the governor of Bungoma. Yes, I am currently doing monitoring and evaluation about his performance in terms of identifying where he has not done right and where he has done well for the purposes of continuing with whatever good that he's doing and disregarding whatever that I feel he has not done well. For your information, I